It is 5:30 in the morning. The sun hasn't even cleared the tree line yet. The neighborhood is asleep, but I am awake. I have been awake since 3. I press the button on the wall. Rumble, rumble, rumble. The heavy garage door groans as it lifts up on its rusty tracks. It sounds like an old man clearing his throat. Slowly, the concrete driveway is revealed, and there it is, my life, spread out on 3 folding tables borrowed from the church basement. The garage sale. That is what the cardboard sign out on the front lawn says. Huge multi-family sale. Everything must go. That is a lie, of course. It isn't a multi-family sale. It is just me, just one old woman trying to make space in a house that has grown too big for her bones. Everything must go. I look at the tables. Do I really mean that? Does everything really have to go? I walk over to the first table. I have a roll of neon orange stickers in my hand. They are price tags, 25 cents, 50 cents, $1. I peel off a sticker. It says 50 cents. I stick it onto a plastic Tupperware container. It is stained red from spaghetti sauce from 1998. I remember that dinner. It was the night David told us he made the varsity football team. He was so excited he knocked the bowl over. We laughed so hard. Now it is just a stained piece of plastic worth 2 quarters. I move to the next item, a baseball glove, leather, worn soft by oil and sweat and summer afternoons. I pick it up. I put my hand inside. It is too big for me. It smells like cut grass and dirt. It smells like my husband, Henry, teaching our boy how to catch a fly ball. Keep your eye on it, son. 2 hands. I can hear Henry's voice echoing off the garage walls. I look at the price tag in my hand. $5. $5 for a summer of memories. $5 for the bond between a father and a son. It feels like a sin. It feels like I am selling pieces of their souls. But what else can I do? David lives in a condo in Chicago now. He doesn't play baseball. He plays the stock market. And Henry, well, Henry is playing ball on the Lord's team now. The glove has been sitting in a box in the attic for 15 years. Mice were starting to chew on the laces. It is better this way, Mae, I whisper to myself. Let some other little boy enjoy it. Let it catch new balls. Let it make new memories. I stick the tag on the leather palm. I press it down hard, trying to convince myself. I move down the line. Here is a box of books, children's books. Good Night Moon, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. The covers are taped back together. The pages are dog-eared. I open Good Night Moon. I can see the scribbles where Sarah practiced writing her name in crayon on the inside cover. S-A-R-A-H. The S is backwards. She was 4 years old. She used to make me read this book 5 times a night. Read it again, Mama, again. Her voice was so sweet, like honey. Now she is a lawyer in Atlanta. She doesn't have time for bedtime stories. She sends me emails, short, efficient emails. I trace the crayon letters with my thumb. I can't sell this one. I physically can't do it. I pull the book out of the box. I tuck it into the big pocket of my apron. I will keep it. Just this one. Just for me. to remind me that once upon a time I was the most important person in her world. I look at the driveway. A car is driving slowly down the street. It is early. The early birds, the professional bargain hunters. They circle like vultures looking for the kill. They don't care about the memories. They don't care about the backward S. They just want to know if it is real silver or silver plate. They want to know if I will take a dime instead of a quarter. I straighten my back. I tighten my apron strings. I am Nana Mae. This is my driveway. These are my treasures. I will not let them bully me. I will not let them treat my life like trash. The car stops. A woman gets out. She is wearing sunglasses even though the sun isn't up. She walks up the driveway with a critical eye. She picks up a ceramic vase, my mother's vase. She turns it over looking for a stamp on the bottom. She sneers a little. 50 cents? She asks, holding it up. The tag says $1, I say firmly. It's chipped, she says. It has character, I reply. 50 cents or I walk. I look at the vase. I remember the roses Henry put in it for our 25th anniversary. Then walk, put it down. The woman is surprised. She puts the vase down and walks away to look at the toaster. I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. This is going to be a long day, a very long day. I look at the coffee mug in my hand. World's best mom. I'm not selling this one either. I take a sip. The coffee is bitter, just like this morning. I look at the pile of baby clothes, soft yellows and mint greens, hand-knitted booties. I remember the weight of the babies in my arms, solid, warm. Now my arms are empty, and the clothes are priced at 10 cents a piece. Is that what a childhood is worth? 10 cents? No, it is priceless. But you can't hoard priceless things in a damp garage forever. Sometimes loving something means letting it go. Doesn't it? I hope so. Lord, I hope so. I walk to the back of the garage, away from the prying eyes of the early birds, away from the haggling over 50-cent vases. I find myself standing in front of the workbench. It is covered in old linens now, sheets with floral patterns that went out of style in the 80s, towels that are too thin to dry anything. But underneath the pile of fabric, I know exactly what is there. I push a stack of pillowcases aside. Yes, there it is, the oil stain, the big, dark, permanent ring of motor oil that soaked into the wood 30 years ago. I touch it. It feels rough, and suddenly the smell hits me. Not the smell of mildew and damp cardboard, but the smell of sawdust, the smell of WD-40, the smell of gasoline and cut grass and sweat, the smell of Henry. The shadows in the corners of the garage retreat. The gray morning light turns into the golden, hazy heat of a July afternoon in 1985. The silence shatters. Bam, bam, bam. I hear the hammer. I hear the buzz of the table saw. I hear the radio playing. It is always playing that same station, classic rock. Sweet Home Alabama is blaring from the dusty speakers on the shelf. Henry is standing right there, right where I'm standing now. He is wearing his grease-stained coveralls. He has a pencil tucked behind his ear. He is whistling. He was always whistling. Off-key, terribly off-key, but he sounded like the happiest bird in the forest. "Hey, beautiful," he shouts over the noise of the saw. "Bring me a cold one, will you?" I see myself walking in from the kitchen door. I am young. My hair is dark brown, no gray in sight. I'm holding a tray of lemonade. "Henry Miller, if you get sawdust in this lemonade, I am going to scream," I scold him, but I am smiling. I'm always smiling when I look at him. And the kids, oh Lord, the kids. The garage was their kingdom. David is sitting on the concrete floor, surrounded by bicycle parts. He has taken his bike apart again. "I'm making it faster, Mom," he says, his face smeared with grease. "I'm gonna put a motor on it." "Don't you blow yourself up," I warn him. Sarah is in the driveway. She is drawing with sidewalk chalk, big, colorful murals that cover the entire concrete slab. Rainbows, flowers, stick figures holding hands. "Look, Daddy, look at my masterpiece." "It's beautiful, Princess," Henry yells back, wiping his hands on a rag. The garage was never empty. It was the staging ground for every adventure. It was where the camping gear was packed. It was where the Christmas decorations were stored. It was where we hid the birthday presents. It was where Henry fixed the toaster, the vacuum, the car, and the broken hearts. "Don't worry, sugar," he would say when something broke. "Bring it to the garage. Daddy will fix it." And he did. He could fix anything, or at least he could duct tape it until it looked fixed. I remember the noise, the constant, overwhelming noise, the clanging of tools, the shouting, the barking of the dog chasing a squirrel into the rafters. I used to complain about it. "Henry, can't we have 5 minutes of peace? Henry, turn that radio down. Henry, get these kids out of here. I have a headache." I wanted quiet. I wanted order. I wanted a clean garage where I could park the car without running over a skateboard. Well, I have it now. I look around. The car fits perfectly. The floor is swept clean. The tools are organized in boxes marked with neon stickers. The radio is unplugged. The silence is absolute. It is so quiet I can hear the humming of the street lights turning off outside. And I would give anything to hear that saw buzz one more time, to trip over a skateboard, to smell the exhaust fumes, to hear him whistle that terrible off-key tune. "Be careful what you wish for, Mae," I whisper to the oil stain. "You just might get it, and it will break your heart." "Excuse me, ma'am." A voice cuts through my memory like a knife. I jump. I pull my hand away from the workbench as if I had been burned. I turn around. There is a man standing there. He is wearing a baseball cap and a t-shirt that says "Weekend Warrior." He is holding something in his hand. My heart stops. He is holding Henry's hammer, the one with the wooden handle wrapped in black electrical tape, the one Henry used to build the deck, the one he used to hang the swing set, the extension of his right arm. "How much for the hammer?" he asks. He hefts it in his hand. "It's old," he says. "Handle is a bit loose. I'll give you $1 for it." $1? He wants to buy Henry's magic wand for a single crumpled dollar bill. He wants to buy the instrument that built our life for a single crumpled dollar bill. Anger flares up in my chest, hot and sudden. I want to snatch it out of his hand. I want to scream, "Get out! Get out of his garage!" I want to tell him that hammer is worth more than his car, but I don't, because I am Nana Mae, and I am having a garage sale.
and everything must go. I swallow the rage. I swallow the tears. I force a smile that feels like it is cracking my face. It is a good hammer, I say. My voice trembles. My husband, he built this whole house with it. The man shrugs. He doesn't care. He is not buying the story. He is buying a tool. $2 then, he says. He thinks he is being generous. $2. Double the price. Okay, I whisper. $2. He hands me 2 bills. They are dirty. He takes the hammer. He turns and walks away. I watch him go. I watch Henry's magic wand disappear down the driveway, carried by a stranger who will never know its name. I look at the $2 in my hand. George Washington stares back at me. He looks sad. I open my apron pocket. I drop the money in. Clink. It hits the quarters at the bottom. The sound of a life being liquidated, piece by piece, dollar by dollar. I need to sit down. I feel dizzy. The sun is coming up properly now. It is hitting the tables. The early birds are swarming. There are 3 or 4 of them now, digging through the boxes, opening the Tupperware, shaking the lamps. They are like locusts. How much for the blender? Does this toaster work? Is this wool or polyester? They are shouting questions at me. I answer them. $5. Yes, it works. It is wool. I am a robot. I am a vending machine dispensing memories. But my eyes keep drifting back to the workbench, to the empty spot where the hammer used to be. It looks naked. It looks wrong. I feel a panic rising in my throat. What if I sell something I shouldn't? What if I sell something that holds a secret? What if I sell the last thing that smells like him? I look at a box on the end of the table. I didn't check that box. I just dragged it out of the attic last night in a hurry. It is marked miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. A man is reaching for it. A tall man in a trench coat. He has long fingers. He reaches into the box. No, I almost shouted. Wait! I rush over. I need to check that one. The man pulls his hand back, startled. Relax, lady. I just saw a camera. A camera? We didn't have a camera in the miscellaneous box. I look inside, and my breath catches. It isn't just a camera, it's the old Polaroid. And underneath it, underneath the pile, is a stack of photos. Photos that never made it into the albums. Photos we thought were lost.
I'm sorry, I say to the tall man. My voice is sharp, defensive. This box is not for sale. Not yet. I clutch the cardboard box to my chest like it contains the crown jewels. The man rolls his eyes. Whatever, lady, it's just junk. He walks away to haggle over a blender. Junk, I whisper. One man's junk is a widow's treasure. I retreat to the back of the garage. I find an old folding chair, the one with the plaid webbing that we used to take to fireworks shows. I sit down. My knees pop. I put the box on my lap. My hands are trembling again. I reach past the old Polaroid camera. I reach for the stack of photos at the bottom. They are tied together with a rubber band that has turned brittle and hard. It snaps as soon as I touch it. Snap. The photos spill out onto my apron. Square white frames, glossy black backs. The smell of chemicals and old paper drifts up. It is the smell of 1988. I pick up the first one. I laugh out loud. It is a picture of the dog, Buster, our old golden retriever. He is wearing Henry's sunglasses and a baseball cap. Henry must have done this. He loved making that dog look ridiculous.
"Look at you, Buster," I coo. "You were a good boy." I put it aside gently. I pick up the next one. It is the kids, but it is not one of those perfect posed school photos I have on the mantle. No, this is real life. Sarah is crying because she dropped her ice cream. Her face is red and streaked with tears. David is sticking his tongue out at the camera, looking like a little demon. The background is a mess, toys everywhere, laundry on the line. It is chaotic, it is messy, it is perfect. I run my thumb over Sarah's crying face. I remember that day. I remember feeling so overwhelmed. I remember thinking I was a terrible mother because I couldn't stop her crying. But looking at it now, all I see is life. Beautiful, messy, loud life. I was so busy trying to keep the house clean, I forgot to see how beautiful the mess was. I flipped through more. A picture of the car loaded for vacation. A picture of a burnt birthday cake, my disaster of 1990. A picture of Henry's feet propped up on the coffee table. Just his feet, wearing those awful holy socks he refused to throw away. I traced the shape of his ankle. I would give $1 million to see those socks on that table again. And then I reached the bottom of the stack. There is one last photo. It is different. Most photos in this house are of the kids, or the dog, or the holidays, or Henry, because I was always the one holding the camera. I was the documentarian, the historian, the invisible woman behind the lens. Mothers are always invisible, aren't they? We make the magic happen, but we are rarely in the picture. But this one is of me. It is a candid shot. I am standing at the kitchen sink. I am wearing my old yellow robe. My hair is in curlers. I am not wearing a stitch of makeup. I look tired. There are dark circles under my eyes. I am scrubbing a pot, looking out the window with a faraway expression. I look exhausted. My first instinct is vanity. Oh, burn it, I think. I look terrible. Why would he keep this? But then I look closer. The angle is low. Henry must have been sitting at the kitchen table. He must have picked up the camera while I wasn't looking. The light is hitting my hair from the window. It creates a halo. And the way the camera is focused, it isn't focused on the dirty pot. It is focused on my face, on my eyes. It is a love letter in film. I turn the photo over. My heart stops. There is writing on the back in black marker, Henry's handwriting, all caps, chicken scratch. The engine that runs this machine. Beautiful. I read it again. The engine that runs this machine. Beautiful. I let out a sob, a loud, choking sob that I can't hold back. He saw me. All those years when I thought I was just the maid, just the cook, just the nag. He saw me. He saw the engine, and he thought I was beautiful in my curlers and yellow robe. I pressed the photo to my lips. I kissed the glossy paper. It tastes salty from my tears. "Thank you, Henry," I whisper. "Thank you for leaving this for me. I needed to know. I really needed to know." I slipped the photo into my apron pocket, right next to the Goodnight Moon book. This is not for sale. This is not going anywhere. This is coming with me to the nursing home. This is coming with me to the grave. I wipe my eyes with the corner of the apron. I sniffle. "Pull yourself together, Mae," I scold myself. "You have customers. You have a sale to run." "Hey, lady, how much for the camera?" It is the trench coat man again. He has circled back. He is pointing at the old Polaroid camera, sitting on the chair, the empty camera, the shell. I look at it. Without the film, it is just plastic and glass. It is just a machine. The soul of the machine is in my pocket. I pick up the camera. I weigh it in my hand one last time. Can I let it go? Can I let go of the eye that saw me? Yes, because I have the proof now. I don't need the tool anymore. I stand up. I walk over to the man. I hold it out. $5, I say. My voice is strong. And you better take good care of it. It has a good eye. The man hands me a $5 bill. He takes the camera. Does it work? He asks. I smile, a real smile this time. Oh yes, I say, patting my apron pocket. It works miracles. I watch him walk away with the camera. I don't feel sad. I feel lighter. I have sold the hammer. I have sold the camera. I am selling the house, but I am keeping the love. The love doesn't take up any space. You don't need a garage for it. You can carry it all in your pocket. I look at the sun. It is high in the sky now. The crowd is getting thicker. People are parking on the grass. It is going to be a busy day. Excuse me. A young woman is waving at me from the baby clothes table. She is pregnant, heavily pregnant. She is holding up a tiny yellow sleeper. How much for this? She asks. I walk over to her. I look at her round belly. I look at the hope in her eyes. I look at the sleeper. It was David's favorite. That one? I ask. I touch the soft cotton. That one is special. It has a lot of good dreams woven into it. The woman looks worried. Oh, is it expensive? I look at her. I see myself 40 years ago, scared, excited, broke. No, I say. I take the price tag off, the one that said 10 cents. I crumple it up. It's free, I say. Take it and fill it with new dreams.
The sun is setting behind the oak trees. The shadows are stretching long and thin across the driveway. The last car has driven away. The vultures have flown off with their prizes. It is quiet again. I stand in the middle of the garage. It looks enormous. Without the boxes, without the bikes, without the piles of forgotten hobbies, it looks like a cathedral of concrete. My voice echoes when I clear my throat. Ahem. It bounces off the walls. I look at the floor. It is swept clean. I spent the last hour sweeping, pushing the dust and the dead leaves out into the twilight. The oil stain is still there, my permanent souvenir, but everything else is gone. The hammer, the vase, the baby clothes, the baseball glove, they are all scattered to the wind now, sitting in other people's houses, starting new lives. I hope the hammer builds a tree house. I hope the vase holds anniversaries. I hope the baseball glove catches a dream. I take off my apron. It is heavy, sagging with the weight of quarters, dimes, and crumpled dollar bills. I don't count it. I don't care if it is $100 or 1,000. It isn't money. It is ballast. It is the weight I have been carrying for 20 years, finally converted into currency so I can put it down. I walk over to the folding chair. I pick up the misc box. It is empty now, except for two things: the book, Goodnight Moon, and the photo of me in my yellow robe. I put them into my purse. Zip. That is all I need. I look around one last time. I'm trying to feel sad. I'm trying to conjure up the ghosts of the laughing children and the whistling husband, but they are faint now. They are not haunting me anymore. They are just memories, soft and distant, like a song heard from a passing car. I realized something today, standing here selling my life for quarters. This house is not my family. This garage is not Henry. These things are just things, paper and wood and plastic. They are heavy. They anchor you to the past. But I don't want to be an anchor anymore. I want to be a sail. I walk to the wall switch, the little plastic button that controls the big door. I put my finger on it. This is it, the final curtain. I'm not just closing a garage door, I'm closing a chapter. "Good night, garage," I whisper. "Thank you for keeping us safe. Thank you for the shelter. Thank you for the noise. You did a good job." I press the button. Click. Rumble, rumble, rumble. The motor groans one last time. The heavy door begins to descend. I watch the slice of the outside world get smaller and smaller. The view of the street, the view of the mailbox, the view of the life I used to live. It is shrinking, down to a foot, down to an inch, and then thud. Darkness. The door is closed. The seal is tight. I stand in the dark for a moment, breathing in the silence. I am alone, but I am not lonely. I feel light, incredibly, wonderfully light, like a balloon that has finally been untethered. I turn around and open the door to the kitchen. The warm yellow light from the house spills out to meet me. It looks inviting. It looks like a place to rest before the next adventure. I step inside. I lock the door behind me. Click. I walk to the counter and pick up the phone. I dial the number I know by heart. "Hello?" "Hi, David," I say. My voice is clear, strong. "Mom, is everything okay?" "Everything is perfect, honey," I say. "The sale is over. Everything is gone." Are you okay?" he asks. He sounds worried. I touch the photo in my pocket. "I am better than okay, David. I am ready. Come pick me up on Sunday. I'm ready to go see that condo of yours." I hang up the phone. I look out the kitchen window at the night sky. The stars are coming out, bright and clear. "The engine is still running, Henry," I whisper to the stars, "and we have miles to go. Good night, sugar. Sleep well."